Question 1. What are the 6 principles of interpersonal conflict? The first one is conflict is inevitable, you can't avoid it. The second one is conflict can center on content and or relationship issues. Number 3 is interpersonal conflict can occur in all communication forms. 4, conflict can have positive as well as negative effects. Number 5, conflict is heavily influenced by gender and culture. Number 6, the style of conflict you use will have significant effects on your relationship. Question 2. Summarize the conflict management stages. Okay, so stage 1, you define the conflict. This is where you define the obvious issues as well as the underlying relationship issues. Stage 2, you examine possible solutions. In this stage, you look for possible solutions to the issues you identified. Stage 3, you test the solution. After you have examined all of the possible solutions, then you choose one and decide to test it out. Stage 4, you evaluate the situation. In this stage, you ask whether the tested solution helped to resolve the conflict. Stage 5, you accept or reject the solution. If you decide to accept it, you're ready to put the solution into a more permanent operation. And if you decide that it isn't the right solution, then you can either try another solution or you can go back to the definition of the conflict stage. Question 3. Complete the ethical messages orange box activity on page 257 of your text. Provide your answer to the ethical choice point solution. Okay, so number 1 says, does conflict avoidance have an ethical dimension? For example, is it unethical for one relationship partner to refuse to discuss disagreements or to walk out of an argument? I think that not talking about the disagreements or the problems you're having will just cause problems later on in the road. And the other partner will probably get frustrated, and the relationship might not end up working out if you don't ever resolve any of the conflicts you're having. Number 2, can the use of physical force to influence another person ever be ethical? I do not think so, because probably it will just cause the other person to get angry, and it will cause probably more problems down the road as well, because physical force, I don't know, it shouldn't be used ever in a relationship. Are face-attacking strategies inherently unethical, or might it be appropriate to use them in certain situations? I don't think you should use face-attacking strategies either. It just makes the person feel bad about themselves, and you might be blaming the other person, and I don't think that that's a good thing to do because it will probably lead to another argument. What are the ethical implications of verbal aggressiveness? Ethical implications could be that you hurt the other person's feelings, or you could really make them upset, and they might not talk to you for a while. Is it ethical to lie to help resolve an interpersonal conflict? No. I do not think you should ever lie. I don't think it's good to ever lie because it leads to more things, and I think you should just be straightforward, and the person might be upset, but later on they'll be happy that you just told the truth. Okay, and the ethical choice point question says, Jim spent the night gambling and lost a lot of money, but knows that revealing this will cause conflict and hurt his partner. He'd be able to hide the loss without difficulty. Would it be ethical for Jim to say he had to work late and avoid the conflict and hurt? I don't think it would be ethical because he knew going into gambling what he was getting himself into. And chances are his partner might find out sooner or later, so it's probably better just to tell the partner right off the bat that he went gambling and didn't do that great, because she might find out. Maybe she's friends with the person you work with, I don't know, and know that maybe she'll find out you didn't have to work late.